nothing about the Miami fight. Maybe you can tell us about it, eh? Yeah. Dave, last time I saw you, you were in like a cast, a moon boot.
Yep.
But you were still hitting the bag.
Yeah, that's right.
Now I meet you. You told me you just got a first round knockout in Miami. Big things happening, man.
Yeah, it was pretty much exactly a year ago now. It was, I think, May 15th or 16th last year that I snapped my Achilles. But you know, just staying in the gym is such an important thing. Even if you can't train, just staying in there and being part of the culture and part of everything. And yeah, I think that was a big part of getting me prepared. I just came back from Miami 2 weeks ago. I fought Anthony Martinez over there, a good Cuban fighter. He's ranked 14 in the WBO. Yeah. So he's ranked 14 in the WBO. It was a Cuban fight night. So they had all the Cubans in the red corner and all the Mexicans and Argentinians and one guy from New Zealand in the red corner, and everyone in the red corner got pretty much stopped except for one guy. So.
You know, they say the Cubans are like the best, like the most skillful fighters. How was it like fighting him? Was he different to any of your opponents, or was it just same in, same out?
Yeah, I mean, like a lot of the Cubans there were pretty much fresh off the boat.
Okay.
Cuban fighters, so like, you know, they're proper. I mean, they dominate the amateur boxing scene. They're not so much in the pro boxing.
Yeah, that's true, yeah.
Probably a bit of a stylistic change for them because they train for amateurs. There's no pro boxing really in Cuba. But the guy that I fought, he was born and raised in Florida, in Miami, so he was more of a US fighter. You know, it's like guy. He's knocked everyone he'd ever fought out. So 12 fights, 11 knockouts. One fight he avenged and knocked the guy out. So yeah, I'm proud of it.
Hey, so congrats on the first round victory. So do you think you're gonna fight more often, like overseas now, as opposed to home ground?
Yeah, definitely. I'm looking. For me, nothing short of a world title is, you know, the aim. So you want a world title, you got to get out in the world. So I'm trying to fight. We're looking at opponents now. One guy from Poland who's fought all the guys at the top. And
Lawrence, right?
Not Lawrence. He's not fought Lawrence, but he's fought Dorticos and guys like that, and done well.
What does that fight help you do? Like, does it help you go?
Hopefully that's a title eliminator,
yeah.
and then after that I can fight for the world title. So I'll be put him right back at the top of the WBO rankings.
What do you think of Lawrence? Like when you see him fight, like do you see him as a tough opponent that's going to give you some trouble, or do you think, you know, you look at him and you're like, you know what, I could do him?
You know, everyone says that about fighters. You know, like what did they say about the old guy that Tyson Fury knocked out? You know,
yeah.
Not Dillian White, the guy before that. Come on, man.
Oh, Deontay, right?
Deontay Wilder.
Yeah, sorry,
you know, everyone's talking about Deontay Wilder. He's knocking everyone out and stuff. And then, you know, Tyson Fury comes out and shows the world how to beat him. You know, you got to put pressure on these guys. You know, they try and use their height and they try and keep you in the end of the thing, and people let them do it. And they back off, and then it gives the taller guy momentum to use his strength and stuff. And, you know, just like Deontay Wilder, same with Lawrence Okoli, these guys are beatable. They're totally beatable, you know. And I think I proved it in my career before in amateur and pro boxing that, you know, I like these tall guys. I like these guys who are overconfident in this one thing that they got, this, you know, just their height and reach and a bit of strength, and they think they can dominate the world. And it's like, there's so much more to boxing. You just got to go out there and show it.
You know, when you're fighting these guys, you know, because they got such winning records and they're such formidable opponents, like, how do you crack them? Like, do you have to set the pace right from the get-go, or what is it? Is it like, how do you get into their minds? Like, how do you let them know that, hey, I'm here and I'm a tough opponent?
Look, they can knock. I mean, these guys, they can obviously, Lawrence Okoli or Deontay Wilder or people of that ilk, like, they can knock you out. You know, it's just something you got to accept. It can't happen. But it's like, and you might get caught by a punch you don't see, or, you know, a bit of mistiming. You just got to be focused, and you got to back yourself, and you got to get into them, and, you know, you got to actually take a few punches, and you got to make sure that you're seeing the punches. You're not giving them too much momentum into the fight, so that they're catching you right at the end of their long range. And, you know, these guys, you know, they fight Deontay Wilder and stuff, and they're all trying to, like, back off, and it's like, this guy's got, like, or Lawrence Okoli's got, like, massive reach. You know, you got to get into these guys.
Long arms,
You got to get into them.
So why'd you finish this Martinez guy so quickly? Like, why didn't you take some rounds? Why'd you finish him so fast, man? Why embarrass him, man?
Hey, man, I wanted the rounds.
Yeah.
I wanted to stop him in 4, but I thought, but you know, he lost focus and he looked away, and I caught him, and you know, it's just what happens.
You know, coming off an injury, does that affect the fight? Like, are you sort of subconsciously thinking about it, or is that sort of eliminated when you're sparring and you're training in the lead up?
Yeah, man. I mean, it's all prep. You know, it's I'd been doing, you know, I don't know. I was just doing rounds and rounds and rounds of sparring with, you know, Jerome's sharp as, you know. He can prep you for anyone because he's going to give you the reactions that you need because of his speed and his timing. And Kikatoe, I've been sparring him, and, you know, good hard sparring, and we've been doing like rounds and rounds and rounds. So, you know, once you've done all that, you don't need it. You just need, all you need to do is get out of your own way and let it happen in the fight. So nothing was worrying me. By the time I got in the ring, I was extremely confident. So, yeah.
So is Andre signed with the guy that manages Duco from Duco? Is that who he signed?
Dean Lonergan.
Yeah.
Dean
Are you signed to anyone as well?
Yeah, I'm not. I'm signed to Matt Rose of No Limit Boxing.
Correct,
with
correct.
Tim too.
Yeah. So do you think more fights in Australia?
More fights in Aussie? Yeah.
What did I do? Did I say something?
I don't know. Nick Olympus is trying to like stare me down.
How do you think?
Fighting me next week, man.
How do you think that fight's going to go down tomorrow?
Oh, you know, I'm backing my guy, obviously. Like, you know, I've been doing a lot of rounds with Jerome, and I know that he's sharp. But you know, Nick's a tough customer, man. He's definitely got a.
Look, just quickly, I'll be quick with this. Are you happy about Elon Musk taking over Twitter?
Elon Musk. I'm not on Twitter, so I don't really give a shit. But it's like, I like that the left is eating itself so much. They're becoming so, I don't know, what's the word, stratified, or is it so unidimensional that everyone to them who doesn't comply 100% and go completely undiversified in their thought pattern is now not part of their group. So they've split the whole world into the left and right, and their requirements for being on the left is get shrinking and shrinking and shrinking. So that lifelong liberals like Elon Musk is now saying he's voting Republican.
You saw that?
And then he's, you know, opening up the liberals were the ones in the 90s and the 2000s even that were saying, you know, we're the guys about free speech. You conservatives, you're always trying to control what people are doing, control the sex they have, control the speech they say, control cigarettes, control everything. You know, we're liberal. We want everything to be, we want people to have freedom, and like the Constitution gives you. And I mean, I know this is more American, but it's really the basis of the Western culture. And so, you know, now they're the ones with the weird requirements. They're the ones who want to control what you say. They're the ones who want to control what you do. And now the right is the liberal party.
Yeah.
So it's weird that we even call the right wing conservative now. The right wing is the liberal party.
And what's up with this word, misinformation? Like, that's the only thing they use for every combat. Like, you know, you say freedom of speech, they say misinformation. Why do they all have the same arguments together?
Man, I can only repeat. I don't live in America, and I try not to think about political stuff too much because people have given me shit for interviews that we've had.
Suppose your opponent said they were like a Democrat. Would that make the fire in you a little bit more?
No, not at all. This is the thing about politics is like it's the left wing that is obsessed with what you believe.
Correct, yeah.
It's the right wing now that is just like, we don't care what you believe, just let everyone do what they want to do. It's the right wing is the Liberal Party. The right wing is the Big Ten.
Yeah.
It used to be that the right wing was the little 10 year to comply with everything that they say, and all the conservatives to be part of it. And the liberals were the ones that you can be what you want. It's reversed now. The right wing is the Big Ten, and the left wing is a shrinking 10.
See, we need to do like an hour-long podcast with you, you know, and get your views. But hey, thanks for the time. Otherwise, I'll be going on all day.
Thank you.
I'll find Nick the Greek. Thanks, man.
Cheers.
And hey, congratulations on the victory,
Thanks,
man.
man.
Yeah.